What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Tastes Like Music. Jason, Joe, and Crams are here, back with our favorite singers of all time lists. We've each made our own top 25s, and every week, when we feel like it, we reveal another person on our list, and we are up to number 16. So that's what we're doing today. And it is Crams' turn to start it off.
Sweet 16, I'm going with the legendary MJ. Mick Jagger, not Michael. I'm going with Mick. I took a lot of heat, not a lot, comparatively, a lot of heat from most of my daily life. For last week, number 17, Bono, where I said he technically wasn't that great of a singer and as far as technical ability and achievement. And I think that also applies to Mick. Like, you're not going to get a ton of like octaves and falsettos and crazy vibrato and, florets of hitting notes. And he's just a friggin' charismatic rock singer. And man, do you believe everything that he says. But the underrated thing about Mick is, first of all, and maybe this is just because this is one of the first rock voices I ever heard, but I just think he has a great rock voice. He can get gritty, he can get venomous, he can get soft, he can get loud. The main thing that always happens with Mick is he's having fun with you, the listener. That's the main thing. It's always like some sort of just connection between Mick and the audience. He pulls you in and he makes you a part of whatever the vibe of the song is. But the underrated thing about Mick Jagger, and he does have that cool sound with a little bit of gristle, boyish, impish charm at times. He is, I think he's got a lot of different styles within his own window. Like, he's always Mick. He's never pretending to be anything else, but he does a lot of different things. You take a song like Honky Tonk Women, excuse me, and just like the storytelling ability, the way he's just like cutting apart some of those stanzas and everything is so good. The way he lifts it into the chorus. She had to heave me right across her shoulder. Absolutely phenomenal. Like, just the storytelling ability there. His romantic side, when you get a song like Lady Jane, the way he takes on like this sort of like regal, like English literature kind of approach where he's like not carrying his words into the next line. There's a direct stop, and you can almost read it like it's prose or poetry, like on bended knee, my love. On bended knees, my love. Then, like, if you take Undercover of the Night, especially the live stuff, the live version of Steel Wheels, he's got so much aggression and power and just like confidence behind it. Like, so much swagger. Obviously, like, the frontman charisma is there with the walking around and all of that, but it also communicates audibly so well to me. One of the most underrated songs to me on Tattoo You is Tops. It's this song about like getting a young girl into Hollywood or into show business or whatever. And the way he delivers it and just says, I could take you to the top. It's so seductive and alluring and all that. He just does everything well. I'll take you to the top, baby. In their psychedelic phase, he served that perfectly. Like, the way he does some of those lines in 2000 Light Years from Home, he's just like creeping up on the lyrics like, it's so very, it's awesome. I love it all. I think you instantly know his voice. And to be honest, I don't think he gets enough credit for it never really deteriorating over the years. Like, Doom and Gloom, I love that single they did in like 2013 or 2012 or whatever it is. And he sounds friggin' awesome on it. It is a circumstance where I love live performances, and I think their live records and their live performances, he's even better than on the studio stuff. Like, no one's, no technical singer is going to listen to, Let It Bleed or whatever and Exile on Main Street and be like, wow, this guy's off the charts as a singer. No, it's all about communication. It's all about feeling it. And he puts you in your body. It's just like this kind of familiar but cool sounding voice that hits all the right notes and all the right vibes. And it just sucks you in. It's magnetic. He's got animal magnetism. He's perfect.
Well, he's not on my list, but hard to argue with Mick. Nice selection there.
All right, my number 16. There's a rumor going around that I don't like baritone vocals. Well, explain my number 16 then. Morrissey, one name, million emotions. Morrissey isn't he? I mean, he's probably stands out in my all my list, all my picks from here and into the future. He's really the outlier in that sort of indie world, in that out of the mainstream. He was popular in the UK, of course, but he's not like my other picks. He doesn't have any of that R&B in him. He has a bit of effeminate vocals. He's extremely poetic. Sometimes he sings like he's like the most important person in the world. He's haughty. He has this air of superiority. When he's talking about other people and other things and political and economic matters, then he's sort of like the cock of the walk king of the world. And then he reverts into his sort of, emotional pre-emo, sad sack, earnest, everything is terrible. The world is, burning down and falling apart because, he can't find love or whatever. He was an odd dude, basically celibate, or so he said, his whole life, or at least while he's a singer for the Smiths. And yet he was able to like command with his performances. He has this like air about him that's so intoxicating. The way he sings, he's kind of like a great actor chewing the scenery. He's just so in command of everything. And his vocals, he's a baritone, but he has great range. He has a beautiful falsetto. His intonation, that quiver at the end of his vibrato, is amazing. He's kind of channeling like that old-timey big band style a little bit, which is cool. And just the way he delivers his lyrics, the way that his lyrics and vocals intertwine, something in like Heaven Knows I'm Miserable Now. He's so earnest, yet he's telling like this sort of like exaggerated tale of, he looking for a job and he found a job, and heaven knows he's miserable now.
I was looking for a job and then I found a job, and heaven knows I'm miserable now.
He has great use of humor, and you can hear it in his vocals, that wry winking style, and something like The Queen is Dead and Frankly Mr. Shankly. And he's able to deliver like these complicated, like overly wordy sentences very clearly and concisely. So that even though, maybe he's doing a little overwriting in his lyrics, but he's able to deliver them so well that, you don't think of that, but you read the lyrics that he writes and they're extremely complex and all over the place and extremely interesting and poetic. And, he loved the classic poets, Keats and Yeats and all those, important English British dudes. And then the way he's able to do something like There Is a Light That Never Goes Out, which is so over the top. If a double-decker bus crashes into us, to die by your side, we're the most heavenly way to die.
And if a double-decker bus crashes into us, to die by your side is such a heavenly way to die.
In the wrong hands, it could be horribly cheesy and like overly sentimental, but he's so like vulnerable, and the way he channels the emotion just works so well. He's the king of those sad sack songs. Last Night I Dreamt That Somebody Loved Me. Like, that is just a brutal song. It's so unbelievably powerful.
No hope, no harm, just another false alarm.
And it could have been just completely saccharine and kind of woe is me and terrible in the wrong hands, but in Morrissey's hands, he's able to deliver it all. Love his soft, sweet vocals and The Boy with the Thorn in His Side. His ability to sort of like moan and sigh and swoon and when he's not singing lyrics, but just, the laws and the hms and the ha's, and the way he uses his falsetto to just make it all come alive, sliding around in the outro there is amazing. Yeah, he's just great. His little nuances, the little filigrees that he does, and certain words, and just he's a master. He's a master of using his voice to draw the emotion out of the lyrics that he's singing. And I think he's one of the, if not the best ever at doing that. And it doesn't hurt that he's a phenomenal lyric writer as well. And the Smiths are just awesome all around, so that probably helps too. But yeah, Morrissey, great. Love him. Number 16.
All right, another nice pick. I unfortunately will not be continuing the trend of first name with an M singer. My first female on my list. More to come, but number 16, I've got one that Joe might have coming up. I do not expect Cram will have on his list. I've got Karen Carpenter, singer of 70s soft rock, a genre not really known for emotional depth, beyond maybe like some overwrought melodrama. But man, there's so much going on with Karen's delivery. Her voice is so warm and so buttery. It's just like extremely pleasant and nice sounding. But under the smile and the pleasant sound, it's just like an ocean of sadness and longing and vulnerability and hurt. And it always comes through at least a little bit, even in like the happiest of songs. So she can sing a song like Sing, which is a song I first heard on Sesame Street as a small child, which is, very surface level, simple, has a very simple message. Sing of good times, not bad. Pretty basic stuff, but the way she sings, even that, you'll find complexities in it. And I think just the way she delivers a song like that is, profound even.
Sing of good things, not bad.
One of my favorite performances of hers is on the Paul Williams and Roger Nichols penned song Rainy Days and Mondays, where she pulls off almost the opposite trick, where the sadness is right on the surface, but it has like this hopefulness to it.
Funny, but it seems that it's the only thing to do. Run and find the one who loves me.
So I think almost always she's bringing kind of an emotional complexity to the things she sings. If it's a happy song, it's tinged with sadness. If it's sad, there's a layer of hopefulness or some happiness to it. But emotional complexity aside, sonically, it's just a perfect voice. The tone is great. The pitch is perfect. The vibrato is fantastic. It's just sounds so good all of the time. She's never trying too hard. It's just effortless beauty. You listen to a song like Close to You.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near?
She doesn't go for the big note. She doesn't go for like the diva type of delivery. There's not like a big crescendo or anything. It's just breathtaking in its simplicity and just her ability to just be so comfortable singing almost anything, it seemed. A real tragic figure. Maybe that sadness was a little too real under the surface, and it was a shame what happened to her. But what a voice. My number 16.
All right, that's a great pick. But how come you can find the sadness underneath the happiness there? But
oh, here comes the ABBA shit. Here it comes. Oh, for God's sake.
What about Agnetha?
Because it's there, Joe. That's how I find it.
You're just anti-Scandinavian. It's true. I knew it.
I actually have thought that before. I
thought he was anti-woman, but I guess
no.
Karen Carpenter dispels that notion.
I love Loveful. Cardigans. Perfect song.
Whatever, dude. Who's your favorite Muppets character?
Ooh. Rolf, probably.
Not sweet. It's Swedish Chef. Everyone knows that.
That's true too. Yeah, I do love Swedish Chef.
Yeah, come on.
All right. Well, let us know what you think of our picks. Let us know what your own number 16th favorite singer is. Drop it in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and check the video description for all the links to our social media and our Patreon if you'd like to check that out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.